So it was Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4 after the extra time of the game. And Chelsea are now through to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Five things I learned from this game. But before I go into explaining what I've learned from this game, I want you to understand that you see this Liam Rosinho. Liam Rosinho is ruthless. He is ruthless with his decision. And before I go into the 5 points I want to discuss about, I want you to just look at this video. It will explain a little thing to you. Now, what are these five things that I've learned? Number one is that our defense is very poor. Our defense is very poor. We do not have a good second 11. Our second 11 is trash. If our first team players will not come to help, our second 11 cannot deliver, on the mandate that they are supposed to deliver on. You have a team, a championship team as Wrexham. Yes, we know that Wrexham is playing well. They are fighting to play the playoffs to come into the Premier League. But then, this is a championship team, and we should not be struggling to see them. But I understand that yes, Liam Rosinho rested a lot of players in anticipation for the PSG game. But look at the performance of Sanchez. Look at how erratic he was, and this is the reason why Liam Rosinho, you know, removed him from the English Premier League game, the last game we played, and most likely he's not going to play this UEFA Champions League game. Jorgensen is now coming up. And if Jorgensen does not even perform to the best of his ability before the end of this season or at the end of this season, he most likely will recall Mike Penders. Look at what Mike Penders is doing. Look at what Mike Penders is doing. So he most likely will recall Mike Penders to come back to Chelsea. Now, also look at Tosin at the defense line. Very, very poor. Tosin cannot even, as tall as he is with his tall legs, he can't even chase a player. He can't even chase a player. Tosin cannot chase a player. React fast, quick reaction. Area balls are coming. Win these area balls. They can't even do it. Look at during the extra time, they would have gotten the third goal. They would have gotten the 3-3 and even went into penalty with us with red card because our tall defenders, people who are placed there for area balls, cannot even do their job. Tosin cannot even do his job. And then how do we even play that we don't have, when football was football, we don't have players, two players at each edge, at the edge of, the posts to ensure that anything that the goalkeeper cannot push out, the players at the edge can help kick those balls out. We don't have such again. And that is why when players not the ball from one side, they go the other side and they have free space. And Chelsea, you so cluster on one particular area where the ball is coming through. Forget that this ball can also change direction to the next phase. That is what Arsenal has used to score us on set pieces. That is what a lot of clubs has used to score us, and that is what Wrexham would have used to score us. Because from one point they got it back to another point, and if you are not quick enough to understand that balls can quickly change, you will, be found wanting. Our defense is poor, and Liam Senior, learn. This Tosin guy is going to kick you out of your job if you don't take time. Number two is that Garnacho is working. We are seeing improvement in Garnacho. But then his positioning is poor. His positioning is poor. And that ability to think fast and make fast decisions is not really there. It's not really there. But he is building it. He is building his physicality. He is building his confidence in the game. And he is trying to impose himself. And he is trying to impose himself to make sure that he is part of, the football, the Chelsea main team. He is part of the Chelsea main team. That is his goal, and he is doing it to the best of his ability. Because if Gittins comes back, it's going to be a very big challenge for him. So he must use this opportunity to develop himself. The third point is that we have all now seen that Pedro Neto is not that good. Remember when I continue to shout that it is possible to send Pedro Neto to the left back, let him deputize Marco Correa. If you truly see him as a player who brings in that defensive contributions, then let him go to the back and play as left back. Deputize Mark Kukurea. At least we see Mark Kukurea running, coming into the 18-yard box of the opponent and getting goals. He can do that while also defending. Let Extepo Williams play the right wing forward for us. Let Extepo Williams play somebody who is not afraid of taking on players and creating chances. This is what we need. We will be saying it, it will look like a joke. It will look like joke. The fourth thing is that Jean Pedro, everyone has seen that this guy is a world-class striker. Jean Pedro is a world-class striker. Take it anywhere, defend it, talk about it. This guy is world-class. Look at his performance. Just coming in few minutes to the end of the game, he is already dominating, imposing his presence. That is how you know a top-class, player. And why did we even talk about Garnacho's positioning and all? Look at when João Pedro was moving forward with that ball, when he wanted to get his goal. Garnacho was supposed to at least drift in a little, so that once he received that pass, he would be able to strike once and get the goal. But Garnacho was drifting wide instead of drifting, coming into the area where he's supposed to get that one shot time shot. And that is why we say Garnacho's positioning is erratic, is poor. And that was why João Pedro made the turn and took the shot on his own. Because there are a lot of players, defenders, crowding around him and trying to get the ball out of him. But he made that turn because Garnacho was not making any meaningful position in any meaningful movement into the box. Garnacho was just static. The last and the fifth thing we learned is that Dario Esugu is back. And this guy looks like, we always say that he looks like a perfect replacement for, Moises Caicedo. And he is showing us game in, game out why he is a perfect replacement for Moises Caicedo. Because Moises Caicedo needs time to rest. He needs some time to rest. He has been playing game in, game out, and he needs some time to rest. He's a player. At some point, fatigue will come. At some point, tiredness will come. At some point, weak feet will come. What do you do at that point when you continue to overuse certain players? So, wonderful one from Dario Esugu. His performance was wonderful, exceptional performance. Came in, gave us 2 assists. First one for Garnacho, the second one for João Pedro. Though João Pedro was able to move with the ball, move into the 18 yards box and did something magnificent. Something I would call a solo goal, but then that pass came from Dario Esugu. So this is just a summary of everything that transpired in the game. Chelsea, did not really perform well. I was watching the game and I was watching Oga Professor's live. Oga Professor had his hands on his chest. He was scared for the performance was abysmal. We needed our big boys to come in and help save the situation. Without João Pedro coming in to say, look at Liam Delap. Hey, pour me water. Liam Delap is something else. That guy needs to be, loaned out to another club. And when he's coming back, remove that number 9, remove that number 10 shirt. You rush, don't carry number 9. Somebody will carry number 20. Don't become top 9. You deal with number 9. Remove that number 9 shirt. We have told you countless times. That number 9 is cost at Chelsea. Anybody who comes in and put on that number 9 shirt, somehow does not perform well. Remove that number 9 shirt. You will definitely be loaned out. And then I think Emega will come in and then we'll have very good competition in that number 9 role. But João Pedro, what a brilliant striker. What a brilliant striker. Kudos. We are now looking forward to the Paris Saint-Germain game, and we hope that our boys do exceptionally well. We will deliver. We will deliver. I believe that the reason why we struggled in this game is because we are preparing for that Paris Saint-Germain game in the Champions League. But also, you must not forget that FA Cup is a very big cup, and we must, put in our best to ensure that we go far and possibly win this FA Cup. Let us get one. You see how Man City is fighting hard for this cup. They will teach Newcastle by 3-1 because they know that it may be difficult for them to secure the Premier League. Champions League is not so easy. You have, a lot of quality teams coming in, and then if you just have a little dip in form, you are gone. They kick you out. So that is that for Champions League. So you have opportunity to win this FA Cup. It's not a small cup. It is a traditional cup in the English football, and so it will be very wonderful if you win that cup, and then you progress from there. At least you have a silverware that you must have kept, and then you are now pushing for other ones. Chelsea, do your best. Do your best. That is all we ask for. All the best, guys. We'll continue to support you as we play against Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League. Come midweek. Come midweek. Some people go they play football, while some people they house they envy. Manchester United. Come water.